Hello, everyone. You're welcome to My Story, My Strength. I'm happy to see you today. This is the last day in the month of May. How has May been? I hope you enjoyed your Children's Day celebration. I did too. I'm also a child. Now, I hope you noticed the color difference today. My children suggested it that let's try something different. And I feel it's not such a bad idea. It looks actually nice. What do you think? All right. So today I have a story for you. The title of my story today is Copycat versus Original. Are you a copycat or are you the original? Many times we find ourselves doing things and we know that we didn't just think about doing those things ourselves. We actually did it because we saw other people doing them. Now, it's not a bad thing to have a good example in somebody, to copy something good so that you can be a better person. But it is not a good thing for us to be copycats of things that are not the right things because it looks right, because other people are doing it and getting away with it, doesn't make it right for us. One thing we should always remember that we are not made to be like every other person, right? Children of God stand out in the way we do our things, in everything about us. We are different. So there's no point trying to be like anybody. Now, my story today is about some people that forgot that they were children of God and they tried to be like other people. And let's see how that played out for them. So, my story today is about Samuel and the Israelites. Now, from the time the Israelites were led out of Egypt by Moses, Moses was in charge of them. And he was one that was always leading them, talking to God on their behalf, receiving from God on their behalf, and always guiding them, right? So they always followed through with their leader. After Moses, God chose Joshua to take over from him. And after they kept on having leaders that were chosen by God. So more like between God and them, they just had a leader that was representing God in their lives. Now, my story for today is focused on Samuel. Samuel was a fantastic leader. The Bible records that all the things that Samuel said came to pass. Samuel represented God very well. The Israelites won so many battles under the leadership of Samuel. Everything went very well. Now, as Samuel was getting old, he delegated some things to his children. He had two sons, so he put them in charge of some things. Now, his sons were nothing like Samuel. His sons were always selfishly looking for things that would make them happy and make them have more money. They loved money a lot. It's not bad to love money, but they put money first and put the people second. So they used to accept bribes. They used to let the bad people go scot-free if they could pay their way out of it, and the good people were getting into trouble. They kept on doing this, and then at some point, the people of Israel came together to tell Samuel, Samuel, you've been a fantastic leader, but your sons are not like you. We don't want them to be our leaders anymore. No, 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 we don't want them. In fact, we want a king. The way the other nations have their kings, yes, we want our own king. You know the way Egypt had Pharaoh as their king, right? They said they wanted their king. Samuel was shocked. Israel, you've never had a king. God has always been the one in charge. How can you ask for this? They said, we want a king. That's what we want. So Samuel said, okay. And then he went to God in prayer and told God about this. And God said, Samuel, don't worry. I've heard all the people said. They've not rejected you. They have rejected me as their king. And they've always been doing that. Once something goes out of line, a little, they revolt and choose other ways apart from my way. They did that a lot in the wilderness, and now they are doing it again to you. So if that is what they want, we will give it to them. If they want a king, no problem, we will give them. But remind them of what it means to have a king. A king will selfishly look after his own interest and will make everybody in the community serve and work hard to make him happy. So Samuel told the people, and they insisted, it's okay, we want our king. So when Samuel told them, they insisted. And then God said, Samuel, it's okay. Let's grant them their request. And Samuel told them that it is okay. your request will be granted. Of course, the person that became the king after then was, guess who? Saul. Saul was chosen to be the leader of the people, the king. Of course, in my story today, I won't tell you about the reign of Saul. I might get to it in another story. But I want to focus on two things in today's story. First, Samuel's sons could have been in charge. They could have had all the authority their father had and the support of the people. But because they chose to be different, they chose to be disobedient, they chose not to follow the ways of their father, they missed out. Because they chose not to follow the ways of their father, they missed out and they were not accepted as the leaders. Now, children, your parents are there to guide you. Your parents are there to guide you so that you will be successful in life. You might not always like what they instruct you to do, but as long as what they are telling you to do is right, stick with it and do it. You can only win if you do it that way. That's what the Bible says. Now, apart from that, the second lesson is from the people of Israel. They forgot that God is the one that had always been their leader. They wanted to be like the other nations, choosing kings for themselves. It is always a dangerous thing for you to compare yourself with other people, particularly people that are not the same as you. You are a child of God. You are not made to be like any other person. So why would you say that because others are doing it this way, I want to do it that way? God made you an original. Do not copy other people. But the only person you are allowed to copy is who? Jesus. Because he is our example, the example that God has given us. So, two things I have taught you today. Listen to your parents, that's very important. And secondly, always follow the example of Jesus and no other persons. Thank you very much. I do hope to hear your feedback. Of course, share this video with one or two other people. And next week, we're going to be starting a new series that I'm so sure that you will be very, very excited to follow us with. So, bye.